shaken. Now, this one has been coming. I've always talked about demographics in my presentation. We knew that working age populations were declining. And they've been the birth rate, the numbers and birth rates that have been coming out over the past few months are just absolutely staggering and concerning. Some examples, particularly in Asia. Now, Asia's been the driver of economic growth in the 21st century. China's population shrank for the first time since 1961 by 800,000 people. So that's like the cities of Cleveland, Akron, Canton, Youngstown, Warren, Dover, and New Philadelphia all just disappeared. That in 1 year. And in China's birth rate is just fallen dramatically. Now, the last time China's birth rate population decline was 1961, which, if you know your Chinese history, was the Great Leap Forward, where Chairman Mao ordered people to start making steel in their backyard. They couldn't grow crops or anything, and tens of millions of people starved as a result. Other countries, Japan, birth rate reaching a record low. South Korea's birth rate reaching a record low. Our birth rate here in the U.S. has fallen dramatically. It was always an advantage we had in the U.S. is that we made more babies than people in other rich countries or other big economies. That's no longer the case. Our birth rate is, I think, 1.6 now. If you don't, just a lesson in demographics, if you have no immigration and you have no emigration, the average woman has to have 2.1 babies in her lifetime to keep your population the same. Our birth rate now is 1.6. So, all right, that what means we're having less young people. That means over time we're going to have a smaller workforce. And these labor shortages are not going to go away. These are here to stay. This is happening all over the world as well. This is even happening in countries where the birth rate used to be much, much higher. India, for example, India's birth rate has fallen to 2.1. India's population's exploding, but their birth rate has fallen to the replacement level in just a few years. We're going to have to deal with this in the future. This is going to be a big issue. And you can say, okay, we're going to automate everything, right? Fine. Who needs workers? We'll just put robots in our factories. But the robots aren't going to buy shoes. They're not going to buy food. They're not going to buy cars. So we're going to maybe the supply side answer we can fix, but the consumption side of that equation is going to be very difficult to deal with.